everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another round of writing sprints. I am so excited to have you all here. So, today we are doing a new type of writing sprints. If you've been following my writing sprints playlist, then you know we've done a couple different types. We've done mountain climbing sprints, which are where you start slow and you slowly work up. We've done flash sprints, where you have 1 to 3 minutes max per sprint. And we've done a lot of other things too, but today we're doing 5K sprints. And this is bringing in that running a race mentality to the writing that we're going to do today. Hey, John, good to see you. Yeah, so what is a writing sprint? If you're brand new, a writing sprint is where you are timed. And during that time, you try to write as much as possible. Now, not everybody's in the writing phase. Some of us are in the editing and revising phase. I was there most of early January. So if that's you, instead of writing new words, you're going to try to get through a certain number of scenes or paragraphs, or maybe you're using an editing software and you have reports and you're trying to get through a specific editing report during the sprint. But whatever it is, this is here to be friendly competition, friendly encouragement, mainly competition against ourselves to see how much we can get done. So I've pulled several 5K running inspired times for today's sprint. The first one is obviously going to be a 5 minute sprint in honor of the 5 kilometers. For all my non US friends who use kilometers instead of miles, don't worry, US friends, I've got you guys covered too with one in a mileage equivalent coming up soon. We have 3 sprints today. They're going to be a little more leisurely than flash sprints. So if these are not quite fast enough for your pace, subscribe to the channel, come back, because on February 2nd, we're going to do another round of flash sprints, which are going to be those short 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute at a time. Today, we're going to have a little bit of variance, but mostly more relaxed. So 5 minute sprint here. Go ahead and get your document up. Get your fingers stretched out. When we get down to the last 30 seconds, I will have music start. So that way you don't have to be looking up at YouTube the whole time you're writing. You'll just know, oh, I'm in the last 30 seconds. Let's wrap up. If you'd like to share what you're working on in the sprints, feel free to do so. If you're watching the replay and you want to share, feel free to do so. But yeah, let's do the first one. Here we go. I'm going to count us down and then I'm going to start the timer. We're going to do a 5 minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint. right, we are finished with our first 2-minute sprint. Let's see how we all did. I'm going to tally up my word count. And if you're watching and you'd like to share, you can, or you can comment your word count if you're watching the replay. So that one, I'm trying to get my groove underneath me a little bit. I'm at 42 words. I think I found my groove. So hopefully the second one I'll get a lot more than 42 words. All right. So our second sprint, that was our 5-minute sprint in honor of the 5 kilometers. Now we're going to a 3-minute, 10-second sprint. This one is in honor of the miles. I told you, US friends, I hadn't forgotten you guys. So I'm going to cue us up 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the timer. And just like before, we're going to write as much as we possibly can or edit as much as we possibly can. And then when you hear the music, you'll know that there's 30 seconds left that you can write in. We're going to see if we can beat however much we did on the first sprint, in the first round. So here we go. I'm going to count us down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint. All right. So I got 74 words in the 3-minute sprint. So beat my first one by about 30 words. If anybody else has been participating and you'd like to share how many words you got, feel free to. Don't feel like you have to, though. Very curious to hear what everybody's working on, a new draft of a new book, finishing out another book, revising, blog posts. Okay, so we're moving on to our last sprint. And I'm going to just say right now, if you haven't already figured this out, I'm not much of a runner. I did a little stint of running with a couple half marathons and everything, but that has been a long, long time since, oh goodness, about 5 years ago, maybe. But this last sprint is in honor of the 8-minute average sprint that it takes people to do a mile when they're pushing toward a 5K. Not my average. I'm more like a 12-minute mile person, but apparently the average. Hey, Julie, how are you? Second novel in my series, been a long process. Congratulations. I have so much trouble with middle novels. I don't know if you have like a 3-book series or like a 6-book series, but this is part of why I've started just doing duologies because I can wrap my head around first and last books, but I have a lot of trouble doing, oh, there's that soggy middle for a trilogy or something like that. So glad to have you on. Glad to have you writing with us or revising or editing, whichever you're doing today. Okay, we're going to do the third one now. This is going to be our longest sprint of the day. It's also our last sprint of the day. So we're going to really give ourselves permission to log everything else of our attention. I left my cell phone in the other room today on purpose. I'm going to put my head down just like you guys. We're going to get as much written in this 8-minute stretch as we can to really start our new week as strong as possible. Let me queue up. Be a 3-book series, my first series too. So learning process all around. Well, congratulations. You're doing great. You're working on book 2, so that's fantastic. And yeah, it's definitely a learning process, but community helps, at least in my opinion. It really helps make it not so lonely. You've got this, Julie. Woo! And John and whoever else is tuning in from Twitter or YouTube this morning. All right, I'm going to count us down for those who have joined since the last sprint. Once we start, you're going to see the banner with the start time put up, and then you will hear music when there's 30 seconds left so that you don't have to be constantly checking YouTube to see if we're coming up on time. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint. All right, so we are finished. Let's see how we did. I'm going to tally up my word count. That time I got 169 words. Finishing strong today. If anybody else wants to share, you can. And if you're just now jumping in for the third and last sprint of today and you're going, no, I wanted more sprints, I wanted more time, I have a whole playlist on my channel. You can scroll down on the homepage and you'll see Writing Sprints playlist, and you can catch up with some of the ones we've already done, as well as bookmark the next ones that are coming up. But before our next writing sprint, which is going to be February 2nd at 10:30 in the morning, and they're not all earlier during the day, so I have some that are super late at night. You'll see those on the Writer Sprint playlist. You can select the ones that work at the best time for you. Yay, 201! Julie, congratulations! Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you've been enjoying the playlist. Yeah, before our February 2nd writing sprint, which is going to come back to those flash writing sprints where they're going to be fast and a whole lot of them close together, we have a interview live with Montrez. Montrez is the co-editor-in-chief of Concrete Comics. She's an indie author, a book reviewer, a book club organizer. Montrez is amazing, like Superwoman. And while she has been on the channel before in indie author panels, I'm so excited to have her on for an interview because she has some big news and big things she's been working on. So if you're interested in meeting other indie authors and hearing about all the different things that you can be doing in the indie author industry besides just writing, if any of that piques your interest, tune in and hear what Montrez has to say on February 1st in the afternoon. So thank you all for being here. Please give this video a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.